Hey there, everybody. My name is Mr. Dell. This is our World 2 Honors History course here at Hermitage High School. And after Zane sneezes, we're going to all play a fun little game about industrialization and about what happens when small little villages in England start to build up into big cities. And it's going to be exciting and fun, and the kids here can't wait to get into it. So I know, right? Yes, yes. All right, so first thing everybody needs to do is please go to Schoology, and we're going to download some stuff. I know, right? There's a flip chart. Now, we do use Schoology for flip charts. You know that. Whoops. Down here, Industrialization and Social Reforms, you need to download this urban game board flip chart. All right, so go to Schoology in the gray folder for urbanization, gray for all the smoke we're going to be making today. You're going to go to the urban game board flip chart and download that, please. Then go ahead and open it. If anybody needs any help, just let me know. But you guys got this. You can. That's a quick and easy way to do it. Save link as, and then put it in your documents and in your history folder and blah, 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 blah. Once you got it open, it's going to look like this. This is our game board. You each get your own game board. It's very exciting. What are you shaking your head no for? It is exciting. I'm excited. Okay. So, this is our game board, and I am going to have mine open over here to the side. But just to show you around the game board to start off with, this is the village that we're starting with. Everybody's village looks exactly the same right now, and by the end, it's going to look very different. Let me turn this off. So it's going to look very different by the end of the game, and everybody's will look different. Along the sides here are all of the resources that you're going to be adding to the game board as we go along. Okay? So we're just starting off with a village, but by the time it's done, you're going to have all kinds of stuff in there. So if you watch my pointer, what happens to it is as I put it over here, you'll notice it switches from a regular pointer to a pointer with a plus. Whenever you get it to where it says a little plus, that means you're over a resource. You just click it and drag it out, and then there you go, you got a house, right? Or there you go, you got a tenement, or, whoops, see, if you don't do it right, it looks like that. There you go, you get a factory. If any time, I wouldn't do this in the middle of the game because that would undo a whole lot of stuff, but if you hit the circle around thing, it resets everything. With me so far? Okay, because things are going to pick up and progress rather quickly right from the get-go. First, I have to do some reading, which everybody loves when Dell does all kinds of reading. But here we go with the urban game. I'm so excited. Kids get freaked out about this. It's great. Because I got to put them in the right place. All right, we'll see. Okay, so the year is 1700, children, and the nation is England. The scene begins in a rural village. Draw a blue river across your board connecting east to west. The river should be about pen size, 30 wide. Place a wooden bridge across the river. Now draw 4 roads red originating from each direction of the board. You may move 10 houses, church, cemetery, market, pub, and coal mine, wherever you like, but don't disturb the trees all over your board yet. So, really quickly, that was a whole lot of stuff, right? So the first thing that it said to do was draw a river. So you should have this right here. Click on the pen, then click up here and change it to blue. My blue's kind of really light colored. All right, and then it said change it to 30. You're going to have some kind of slide bar just like mine. Mine's a 31. That'll work great. As you slide this, it'll kind of give you numbers-ish. Or not.
Where?
It don't like you. Look where mine is.
I think I see.
Oh yeah. If you just kind of hold it over there, put the right. Ooh, just leave it on top of the thing. It's hard to do on my leg. It'll come up with a number, and of course it's not. Mine doesn't because I have that. But anyway, once you've done it, so see where mine is. You want it to be right about there. That far, not really far. It gets much bigger because you want it to look like this. And you're just drawing a little river. Okay? Drawing a river right across the middle of your board. I recommend that you put it in the middle. You may do whatever you want. It is your town. Then, what it said is switch back to the pointer. And let's slide this over here. Then we're going to place a wooden bridge across the river. So right here are the wooden bridges. You drag out a wooden bridge. Drag out a wooden bridge. And once it's out here, if you click on it, then this little thing will allow you to turn it. Right? And then you can like put it over top of here. And if you right click on it, you can put it, reorder it, and put it to the top. Yeah, this little turning arrow right there, just click it and drag. Yep, there you go. Very good. Anybody else? Reorder to the top or the front. Yep. Anybody else? Cool. So now you've got water, now you've got a bridge. So the next step was to draw a bunch of roads. It says draw 4 roads red originating from each direction. Okay? So what I recommend doing here is get back on your pen, change the color to red, but you don't want it to be 31. I would click on the largest of those dots, which should be about an 8. And then I would probably draw like 1 from the top down, go across your bridge. And 1 from the side over. This is my village. But just imagine how you want your village to work, right? You want people to be able to cross the road, don't you? Or cross the river, I mean. So you got to figure out how it's going to work. It can go, now, you can't move trees yet, but you will move the houses and other stuff that's here. So if you run over one of those, don't freak out. Just this one time, you're going to get, that's the next thing. It says, you may move the 10 houses, church, cemetery, market, pub, and coal mine, wherever you like, but don't disturb the trees all over your board yet. And I'm probably going to move the pub, which is like part restaurant, part bar. I'm probably going to move that away from the house and the church. I don't know, I'll put it over here, right? Mine, that can go over here. Store, I might want a store closer to my house. I'm going to put a store. Don't copy me, these are all my ideas, right? All right, so this is just the initial setup. Now things are going to pick up and start going really fast. It's great. So, let's go back here. Well, I got some stuff to read, so you'll have some time while you're finishing this up. All right? So, intro. It's now 1700 in England. Life here in village England is like other villages across Europe in the 18th century. Change traditionally comes very slowly. People generally move at a much slower pace and had access to very little information outside of their own village. 3 out of every 4 people were rural and lived in villages much like the one that you are constructing. Home life and work life were closely integrated as most work was done in nearby fields. Every member worked from sunup to sundown. The homes of villagers were small, with inadequate light and ventilation. All members of the family slept in the same room and sometimes even shared living quarters with the livestock. Hi, Piggy. Life expectancy was slightly over 40 years of age. Most people married in their teens and had babies before they were 20. Over the next 100 years, a revolution as significant as the Neolithic Revolution will completely change life in your little village. Some historians believe this revolution is the most fundamental in human history. We will experience some of the changes over the next half hour. This revolution will become known as the Industrial Revolution. Here are the rules. Ready? Number 1, you will listen to a story on the progression of society through the Industrial Revolution. 2, you will be creating a city based on this story. 3, the story will be divided into different scenes. 4, each scene will be read only once, so pay attention. 5, there you go, listen carefully. 6, at the end of each scene, you'll be given instructions on what you need to add to your village or city. 7, once you build something, you can't move or replace it unless instructed to do so. 8, the pace will quicken as the story progresses. That's the fun part for me. All right? And number 9, try not to fall behind. Nervous yet? It is now 1745. England's geography is unique in that no section of the country is more than 90 miles from the sea, and there are many navigable rivers that crisscross the countryside. An enterprising young capitalist group, you guys, decide to invest money in the construction of a canal. The profits are astounding. This new revolution in transportation reduces the prices of raw materials and reduces the cost of transportation dramatically. Coal could now be transported from the mines to the towns for half the price of horse and wagon transportation. Since you invested your money, you make a tidy profit. So, here's what you're going to do. You're going to build yourself a nice home anywhere you would like it to be on the map. It is now 1745. England's geography is unique in that no section of the country is more than 90 miles from the sea, and there are many navigable rivers that crisscross the countryside. An enterprising young capitalist group, you guys, decide to invest money in the construction of a canal. The profits are astounding. This new revolution in transportation reduces the prices of raw materials and reduces the cost of transportation dramatically. Coal could now be transported from the mines to the towns for half the price of horse and wagon transportation. Since you invested your money, you make a tidy profit. So, here's what you're going to do. You're going to build yourself a nice home anywhere you would like it to be on the map. Woohoo! And we're going to draw a smaller blue line from the river to another border of your board for your new canal. There's a little typo in there, but we'll live. So, you need one nice home. You can. Right? What she's saying is you can do this. You can click on it, right-click on it, and just copy it and paste it. And boom, there's another one, right? So you're going to build yourself a nice new home, and we're going to get a blue line. You want it a little bit bigger than, well, maybe not too much more bigger. Let's see, it talked about the canal being near the mine, so I might build mine there, but you guys can build yours anywhere. Sure. Because you're going to get more. All right, you're going to get more bridges later, don't worry. Okay? Boom! That's round 1. And there's your little canal. Beautiful. Well done, children. Round 2, 1750. For a variety of reasons, soap, diet, sanitation, etc., there's a population explosion in England and your little village. The cursed bubonic plague, which for centuries wiped out your village, has been virtually eliminated due to the disposal of sewage in the canal and in the ocean. Great, we're dumping our bathroom stuff. Add 5 houses and another wooden bridge. And not to wait around, but here comes round 3. Don't worry, there's lots for me to read. The people of your village need a bit more food and goods to meet the needs of the new inhabitants. Coincidentally, a number of other noteworthy events occur around 1760. First, a number of new mechanical inventions for farms were developed. One is called the seed drill, another is the horse-drawn cultivator. Also, farmers begin to experiment with new, more productive farming practices like crop rotation, new fertilizers, and new livestock breeding techniques. Consequently, farm production is significantly increased. So that more food means more people. Add 5 more houses. Now, at this point, it is possible for you to remove some trees if you need space. So you can cut them down, aka delete them. So don't delete too many. All right, round 4. It's now 1773. A man named Richard Arkwright invents a new machine that can spin and weave cloth 100 times faster than could be done by hand on a farm. He calls this new machine the water frame. Since the water frame was large, a special place was needed, and the first factory for prodding cotton cloth was built. So you're going to add 1 factory, but remember that this cotton factory must be placed on the river bank. So you can put it anywhere along the river you want, but you're just going to have the factory has to be on that river. And then also you had to add 5 more houses for all your new workers. Houses just keep a-coming. Round 5, 1 church. You can right-click and duplicate it just like you did for the nice house. A pub, also you can duplicate. A market, also you can duplicate. And now you can draw additional roads and another bridge if you need to cross your river for this stuff again. 5 houses, and if you right-click on the church, you can duplicate the church, put that wherever you want. Right-click on the pub, duplicate the pub. Right-click on the market, duplicate the market. All good times. The profits from the first textile factory are enormous. New factories are built in your community. The early owners of these factories called themselves capitalists because they had the capital or money to purchase the raw material, the building, the water frame, and pay their workers a fixed wage to make a profit. Yay. So, add 5 new factories. Again, they have to be along the riverbank. 5 more factories because they need that water power. And you know, as always, throw in 5 more houses. You need 5 more factories. 5 more of those.
What was the last one?
I don't know. Keep up. It's 1780. Unemployed workers from surrounding areas flood into your community looking for work. Although wages are low, they look attractive to starving families. Housing is in great demand, and for the first time, a new kind of housing is constructed called tenements. Oh, these are exciting. Here, dozens of families reside under one roof. So on the side, you're going to have to pull out some tenements. Add 5 tenements. Now, it does say you can demolish a house, but it must be rebuilt, which means basically you can move a house and substitute a tenement for the space, but you can't actually get rid of the house. It's now 1781. More workers need to live, eat, shop, drink, and worship. In addition, boys were the only ones to be formally educated at this time, and then only the very wealthy attended school, since workers work 6 days a week. The only day of rest was Sunday. So we're going to add another market, add another pub, and a church, and also from the side, drag out a school. Nice. Yeah, the school is up there in the middle class. There's a couple other things, though, so make sure you have the one that says school. No, just leave that one to the side for now, and then grab another one. There it is. Round 8, 1782. Workers work long, hard hours in the factories. The average workday begins at 6 a.m. and ends at 9 p.m. There's only a 30-minute break for lunch. Unfortunately, alcohol becomes a problem. It begins to be consumed in record amounts. Add 2 more pubs. All right, thank you all so very much for joining us today in our classroom as we built these new industrial cities from our small little English villages. Hope you enjoyed us. Everybody?
Go!